Alright guys, I'm going to get these wheels prepared for painting. In order to do that, got to remove these stickers. Okay, and remove that sticker as well. Okay, and then we're going to be using, I believe this is, it's Scotch-Brite, but I believe it's, I want to say triple aught, which is 000. It's almost like really heavy grit sandpaper, and we're just gonna go over the edge, you know, just wiping it down as if you're sanding it, and you're gonna come up with something similar to this. Just basically you're scuffing up the paint. You don't want to go too deep into it because that paint has been powder coated on, and that's some protection to your rim. Okay, and then after we get done with preparing all of them, this is the paint that I'm going to be using. First off, I'm going to throw some Rust-Oleum primer on it, and this will help adhere to the old paint, and then help the new paint adhere to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a textured finish on it. I'm going to use 1 can per rim. That'll give it a good solid texture, strengthen it as well. And then after that, I'm going to use this high gloss enamel. It's black on the rim. I'll use 1 can per rim as well, top and bottom, of course. Okay, and then I'm going to tape part of it off, and I'm going to use this camouflage olive. Okay, and what I'm going to be doing is I haven't quite decided which direction I want to go. If I want to do this backside black and the rim olive, or black and then this olive. I'll probably wind up doing the center backside black and then the rim itself olive. And then of course these lug nuts are going to get a little red tint to them. So I'm painting these lug nuts and this spacer red as well. Later on, when I get to doing the disc brakes, I'll be paint them with that red as well, just to kind of make a little bit of color behind the rim, kind of have it pop. And yeah, so, and then once I get done with doing all that on the rims, I'm gonna go ahead and use this matte clear, and what that's going to do is just make everything look like a matte finish. The reason why I'm doing that is this is actually partially UV protectant, and it's non-yellowing, so it's almost like a clear coat on top of the rest of the paint. It'll help the paint last longer and not turn chalky. And then we'll be done. So I'll walk you through each step as I
Alright, so
go
now
here.
I got 2 cans of primer on all 4 of these on the back side. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes and then flip it, and I'll do the other side. Same thing, I'll do 2 cans of primer on that side as well. So let's let it dry. And
so I got the rims painted with textured black and then also the gloss black. Okay, go ahead and let it dry for about an hour, and then I'm going to take the olive green, and I actually decided I'm going to do the olive green on the inside part and leave the actual rim the textured black. So I don't know, we'll see how it looks. If I don't like it, just paint over it. Alright, so we'll let this dry, and then I'll go ahead and spray the inside of the rim, the green. Let that fully dry for about a couple hours, and then I'll tape off the green section and repaint the black section, just so it has a nice crisp line all the way around the rim. Let's go ahead and let it dry, and we'll get back at it here in a few. Waited a few hours, and then I painted the olive green. I know there's some overspray, which is not a big deal, because like I said before, I'm going to come back in and tape along that edge, and then I'll repaint everything else the textured black, and then I'll put a gloss black over the whole thing. And then when it's all said and dry, I'm going to put a matte finish over the whole thing just to give it some UV protection, and also I didn't really want a gloss finish, so I think they came out alright for now. So we'll just go ahead and let them fully cure for, at this point, since I'm going to put tape on it, I'm going to let it fully cure for about a day. I just don't want the paint to peel up, so maybe a day or two or even a week. This is something that you don't want to rush unless you have the proper equipment. You can actually spray it in a booth and get it done, heat it up and cure it in time. But since it's air dried, you're just going to let it cure in the next week or so and come back to do your final details. Now that I got the green paint on the middle of the rim, I'm going to go ahead and tape it off so I can paint the rest of this black, so it has a nice sharp edge along that weld there. I only chose that weld there because it happens to be a nice even circle on all the rims. It all depends on where you want to cut yours in. So this is what it's going to look like before I do the final painting. You can see where the overspray was on the green. Not a big deal. So you just want to make sure you cover every little section of the part that you don't want to paint black. Black painted on. You can see the nice sharp line against the green. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and then I'll put a final coat over the whole thing, which is the matte finish, to make the sheen of both the black and the green be similar. So got a nice sharp line all the way around. So we'll get that matte finish on. These rims will be finished up. I'll get some rubber on them and then mount them on the car. So that's the finished rim. You can see that now the green has the same sheen as the black. Got a nice cut-in line on the black. So let's get the tires mounted up and get these on the bug.